Hello! This is the final module for EDL Course 856. It is a case study called Parental Apathy. These are the standards chosen for this module. The standards address candidates having a shared vision for the school and effective use of technology to improve student learning. Category 1. Problem Identification and Analysis. Part A. What is known? Congratulations, Mrs. Rose! She is fresh out of school with a master's degree in educational leadership. Well done! As a recent graduate, she knows how important it is to have a comprehensive parent and community involvement. However, after 4 months on the job, Mrs. Rose is feeling concerned about her school's lack of parent and community involvement. She speaks to her principal, and he asserts he has his pulse on the community, and his sense is that the parents don't want to be involved. Mrs. Rose is dismayed, but she decides to press the need for parent involvement, and her principal agrees to distribute an announcement about a meeting regarding parent involvement at the school. He also tells Miss Rose that he will only consider forming a parent advisory group. The announcements are sent home with the students, advertising for an interest meeting on Monday at 7:30. Only 8 parents show up. What a bummer for Miss Rose. The principal is considering canceling the meeting. Part B. Necessary information. These are the important facts that will drive Mrs. Rose to solve her dilemma. She knows the value of parent and community involvement, and her school is lacking. The principal is guarded in supporting parent involvement. He scheduled a meeting time and date that may have met the needs of parents 30 years ago, but in today's electronic age of communication and non-traditional 9-to-5 jobs, is not a viable time. Only 8 parents show up. Miss Rose must handle the situation. What will she do? From here on, throughout the remainder of this slide presentation, I will pretend to be Miss Rose, who feels passionate about the value of community and parent involvement for each and every student. I am now channeling Miss Rose. What will I do? Part C. Problems identified. The problems I face are these. There is little to no parent or community involvement. There are no current parent groups. The silver lining? Even though my principal has no interest in solving these issues, he did say he was willing to consider a parent advisory group. I must keep that in mind going forward. Category 2. Proposed Plan of Action. My grandmother, one of my first teachers, told me, "You can never go wrong using good manners." I have found this to be true even in the stickiest of situations. This advice, along with grace, patience, and professionalism, will serve me well as I proceed with the meeting. My proposed plan of action will be to thank each of the 8 parents that attended, using genuine gratitude and praise that they showed up, even with their busy lives. I will explain my belief of the importance of the parent and community involvement. Lao Tzu's quote gives direction to the parents and the school. We can improve the success and achievement of each and every student. I will take copious notes of our conversations and allow them to offer ideas of how to be involved and to which degree they may be able to be involved. I must remember to give my parents voice so that they have buy-in and vested interests. I will ask for their preferences as to communication type going forward. I know that not all parent groups have to meet at a meeting. In fact, successful parent groups build parent involvement in many other activities. My final action during the meeting will be to offer and hear suggestions for the next meeting date and time. I want my parents to feel heard and respected, inspired, and supported. Gracias, abuelita. Part A. Steps to resolve the problem. After the meeting, I will set my aspirations in motion. It is my hope this motion will continue and transfer, just like the energy in Newton's cradle. I will begin by remaining pleasant and professional with my administrator. I will remind him of his aspirations when he first became an administrator. They are similar to my own. I will have compiled 3 reports about parent community involvement being a part of a top-performing school. Remember, the principal said he would only consider an advisory group. We must take baby steps. It's my first year. I need a manageable goal that I can achieve. To start, the U.S. Department of Education has a great fact sheet about creating an advisory group. This will give me the information I need before I create a letter to the parents of our community outlining the intent and vision of the proposed parent advisory group. I will develop ideas and make personal calls to share the vision of parent advisory group. My mother, who worked for the phone company, said, "People know and feel when you smile on the phone." My mother, another great teacher. The purpose in these telephone communications is to thank parents for sharing their children with our school and to ask about their interest levels in parent-school participation. Part B, strategies to implement my plan. Why reinvent the wheel? I intend to gather data from districts who are already successful. This action will require me to be respectful of the principal, take baby steps, but gather information regarding the hiring of a school community connector and various public relations campaigns. I will need to communicate this important vision with the superintendent and let her know that families may need a platform to regularly and easily give and receive feedback regarding their children. By contacting the Information and Technology Division of the school, I will take another important step in communication. I'd like to use the latest technology because of its inherent ability to improve the sharing of information much more effectively and efficiently to parents. It is my hope that this will contribute largely to the accessibility portion of teacher, family, and community voice. Category 3, resolve the issue. Resolving the issue will begin with the facilitation and creation of the Parent Advisory Group, or PAG. It will be my responsibility to find a parent, or couple of parents, who would like to have leadership roles in this new endeavor. We will meet and discuss the operational structure, as well as setting initial goals and priorities. It will be crucial to take all the wonderful ideas and place them together in some cohesive manner. After a review of the website pto.com, it is important to note that data from research shows varying the time, location, and days of the week increase community participation. An interesting anecdotal story to share with my parents will be about South Jacksonville Elementary School in Jacksonville. They all meet at a skating rink, and while the kids skate for an hour, parents make decisions about upcoming events. The result is that attendance at the monthly meetings has increased from 5 to 50. Way to go, Jacksonville! We have a few trampoline parks in my area. Hey, that gives me an idea. Would you hold on, please? I need to write this down. Thanks for waiting. The general guidelines to help parents when they hold advisory group meetings include announcing dates and agenda early to give parents an opportunity to plan ahead, hold regular meetings, at least quarterly, start and end meetings on time, build agendas with input from multiple people, create opportunities for active participation, and as a group, the parents will need to agree on the process for making decisions. Official minutes should be kept on all group meetings and should be made available upon request. Data. Promoting the achievements of all students must be the rationale behind the parent advocacy group. Let's look at some data. Data source A. PTA.org, a nationally recognized parent group, spends about a quarter of its income on family fun nights. If you've never been to a family fun night, it is a wonderful opportunity to build happy relationships in a non-stressful environment. Speaking from personal experience, the mood is much different from the classroom or from conferences. It is a mood of togetherness, happiness, and relationship building. Students find it exceedingly special to talk and visit with their teacher outside of the classroom setting. They feel happy to introduce their parents and see the conversations that ensue. As a teacher, my students performed much better when they knew that their parents had a relationship with me. There is an accountability and responsibility. Family nights promote these important relationships. Data source B. Including all members of the community is of paramount importance to a family engagement and the success of all students. This includes representatives from the many communities' walks of life. Some ideas for community contacts in my area include the Rotary Club, Senior Center, Veterans Association, Community Health Nurse, Heavenly Ski Resort, Washoe Tribe of Nevada, Capital Christian Center, Toastmasters, Sierra Nevada Women's Club, Sierra Philharmonic League, Carson Valley Arts Council, and the Jewish Community Center. Data source C. The California State PTA outlined findings from their study and concluded that the family makes critical contributions to a student achievement from the earliest childhood years through high school, and efforts to improve children's outcomes are much more effective when the family is actively involved. An interesting side note is that fewer behavior problems occur when there is also family involvement in the school. Category 4. Reflection. Important to any educator's growth is honest reflection regarding actions and ideas. Self-reflection is an educator's most valuable development tool. Part A. Response to the problem. After reading the case study and pretending to be Mrs. Rose, my first response was empathy. This situation is not unlike my own school. My middle school has virtually no parent involvement. Parents do truly become very hands-off during middle school. The former elementary helicopter parent is now thinking their middle schooler no longer needs them to be as involved. Nothing could be farther from the truth. My feelings regarding this solving the problem are passionate. I want to heal this deficit. Parents are an integral part of student success, to that of their children, our students. It is worth my time and effort to make sure this endeavor succeeds. I truly value my life experiences, such as the comfort I felt with all my parent helpers while I taught kindergarten. They were invaluable with running my classroom events and successful learning activities. I know this type of support would be irreplaceable to my middle schoolers now. I believe it would help in a very positive way with their behavior challenges, their emotional challenges, and their academia. The most important response I felt was gratitude for the perseverance I learned when I was in my late teens and early 20s. You see, I was auditioning again and again for role after role in Nevada, and later after I graduated in New York. I finally landed a job as an opera singer for La Traviata, and that's why there are so many pictures of me on stage. I'm proud of my accomplishments in opera. They remind me that it takes time and perseverance to obtain your goals and visions. This optimism, passion, and sympathy will drive me to solve this parent involvement apathy. I know my school will have success because I've tasted it before. It tastes like ambrosia. Part B. Issues unresolved. There are naturally issues that are yet unresolved. First, I will build on the success of the parent advisory group and consider talking to the principal about the role of a school community connector. A school community connector is a person whose job it is to find and build relationships with a wide range of assets and then connect those people to the neighborhood, school, and its assets, the teachers, the students, and spaces available to the community, to name a few. Another issue would be improving school PR, and it will need to be addressed. If a school has no planned public relations, then chances of having effective communication and positive relationships with the key audiences will be pretty much missed. Lastly, values are also an important part of the public character of the school. The webpage An American Imperative Public Education says that public education in America means that the school is, quote, a benefit to society by teaching democratic principle and common values, end quote. These words ring loud and clear for me as an educator, but as an administrator candidate, they are absolutely deafening.